some big old dude comes and snatches you up, he's going to do some bad things to you. Like, holy shit, what are you going to do? I mean, if you can't move, so what do? You shove your whole fucking 4-3-4 finger, whole hand up their ass. Not even spit on it, no warning. You just shove your hand up their ass. I guarantee that person will let go.
The raw fisted.
They will let go. And I have a theory that will probably work with mountain lions, bears. I mean, if I was a mountain lion and I was chewing on you, Phil, and I was chewing on your neck, and all of a sudden you just fucking rammed dry your fucking 4 fingers straight up my ass, I would probably let go. Probably go, and I'll probably run.
Is this a scene from the movie you just got released from in Appalachia?
No, what? What the fuck are you talking about in the beginning of the 9 minutes?
Nothing, brother.
I need to watch the replay later, huh?
So instead of Survivor Man, we're gonna have Survivor Face, and he's gonna tell you kids out there, if a grizzly bear attacks you, stick your fist right up that grizzly's ass.
But for real though, I mean, a whole fist just ran all up in that ass.
I hope that in a situation like that, I will have the composure to be able to remember what Face said. Fist.
Dude, it might save your life one day.
Face saved my life. I had to stick my hand up a grizzly bear's ass, but it saved my life.
Unless it's Cocaine Bear, that fucking might be like, yeah.
Cocaine Bear might like it. He wants to take a lot of coke and shove it up there.
So back to paranormal witnesses and away from the butthole and surfings. Let's start bringing our guest, Angel. She's a paranormal witness.
Amy.
Why does it say Angel Mom? See, it's confusing. I see you're talking down there. Alright, hold on. Alright, I gotta get your voice right here. Here's Amy.
Hello, Amy.
This says Angel Mom, so totally fucked me up on it. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Do you want us to call you Angel Mom?
No, you can call me Amy.
Okay, Amy.
I don't know how to change that. Can I change that?
Don't change it for us.
Or do you have to do that?
Don't change it for us. We like it.
Okay.
Don't make me start changing names. People get funny names until I start doing editing.
So, Amy, tell us about yourself. Paul Dale Roberts, was a great friend of ours and brought you on the show, and we're grateful to you and to Paul. Can you tell us your story?
Well, I lost my son and brother in an auto accident. This October 8th will be 5 years. There were things that were starting to happen to me. I started hearing things, and I started seeing things, and I would feel like little touches on me walking around. It started out like pretty much by my pool, not just by my pool, but in my home. But I started feeling like little, like almost like cobwebs touching me, and I got really intrigued. So my ex-husband, he thought to help me was to bring in a medium, and I wish I had never did that. So when I did, exactly 6 months after losing them, I brought in a medium. It brought clarity to me. And I thought, okay, well, I'm very intrigued by this stuff, and nothing was scaring me at that point because I was getting signs from them immediately, as soon as just a couple days after, but the real one was 5 days after. My ex-husband and my son-in-law and somebody else snapped a picture, and you could see my son's head, just like the reflection on the car. But I decided to take some classes to open myself up to this stuff, and that's when so wait, let me back up really quick. So exactly 1 month after bringing in that medium, my security camera caught some of those pictures that you'll see. Especially there's a woman standing on my front porch, I believe to be my mom. That is partially me, but my son standing with me. And the reason I can tell it's my son, it's his posture, is he looks like he has his camo gear on. It's the same bone structure. My son looks a lot like me. And it's right directly in front of his bedroom. Now, right there are a couple of spirits standing there. You've got the taller one, and then you've got one that there's probably a little family of them right there. And that again is inside my home. Now those are multiple images that you can tell. They're just white shadow beings. They look like they're wearing cloaks. I don't know who they are. Now, the white part is the kitchen cabinet in my kitchen. There was nothing up there. The only thing that you can see is to the right. There is a chandelier hanging, but you see those two faces that are up there? The one to the left is my son, and I cannot make out who the other one is. It is a woman. I would say very similar to my mom, but back then when I was looking at these, I knew instantly that was my son. That's in my bedroom. I happened to capture that just right on my wall, and the light was just coming through perfectly, and I do take it as an angel or a fairy that was watching over me. And at that time, I was having some really hard times. The feelings I was getting, the things I was seeing, and the things these spirits started doing to me.
What was the fairy? Oh, sorry.
You fucker.
Got him.
Reese gets his revenge. So, sorry about that inappropriate interrupt. But yeah, Faith was getting his revenge from our earlier remarks about his corn shoot in Appalachia. So, that picture of the angel is pretty amazing. Was that from your phone? You took that picture?
Yeah, I was laying in my bed, and I just happened to see this light come through on my wall, and and the crazy thing is about a week later, I noticed that in my backyard there was a string hanging down. Not a string, but a rope. It was from my grandson's swing, but it had broke, and I don't know if it's the light that was coming off it and made it look that way, but I still don't see how it could turn out looking like that. So I still believe that it is an angel or a fairy, because even around that time, I was in the bathroom, and I remember looking up at my window, and I could see an old man peeking through my window, but I saw this little tiny angel, just like she was guarding right there. She didn't want anybody looking through at me.
When you said that you regretted bringing a medium into the house or into this situation, can you elaborate on that? What happened?
Well, she was 100%. I would say she was very accurate on her words of what she said. The problem is when I did take some mediumship classes, and that's when I opened up. It's almost been 3 years, and in January will be 3 years that I opened up to being able to hear, feel, and see all this completely just fine. But these spirits, they can be very deceptive. I know my son's voice, I know my brother's voice, I know my mother's voice, I know certain friends and family that have passed away, even celebrities that have passed away, that have come to me. But what made me regret it was because once you open this doorway, you cannot close it. I don't care what any medium tells you. I've reached out to help to Paul, He came here and did a Roman Catholic baptism. He cleansed my home. And then he reached out. He felt like, okay, well, let's bring in a shaman. Well, they were too much, and I hate to put it this way, and I know you're still friends with them, Paul, but too much of the Bible thumping for me. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe in Kurt. But I'm at that point where I'm starting to say I'm agnostic because I don't know what to believe anymore. How can a spirit that says they love you want to harm you? And I mean, they've allowed things to happen to me in my bed. I mean, they have sexually touched me. They have. I'm not saying it's my son or my brother, but other spirits, male spirits, even female, have touched me in private areas that they should not be doing. I mean, I could feel them all the way back at the G spot where you. I just think it's inappropriate the things that they can do to you, and we can't stop it. I just started saying all these.
I wish I could luck out like that.
Trust me, they got me to try it one time, and I'm like, this is enough for me. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't seem right. So I was very upset with the situation. And now, here, like I said, I'm going to be going on 3 years of being able to hear this stuff, and all they want to do is aggravate me every day.
Every day.
It's not always a bad thing. It might be a noise they do, or just something they might say.
That's understandable. I mean, if it feels good, it has a poltergeist that follows this butthole every night. So, I mean, the bill is probably right there with me. So. Bill 9. Alright, continue. I'm sorry.
Hey, Amy, have you ever seen a movie called The Entity with Barbara Hershey back in the early 80s, I think it was?
I probably have, but I can't recall it. It's been so long.
It showed a similar situation where a woman was being sexually assaulted by a ghost, something you couldn't see. And of course, it's a movie, but they actually showed her being pinned down, where she couldn't move her hands, her body, and her being. Is that kind of how it happened?
Well, not when they were doing what they were doing, but there have been other times where they have pried my legs apart, like I have kept them crossed, and it was more. I kept them crossed, and I could feel them just trying to pull my legs apart, and they wanted that, but they didn't do anything at that point. It's like they would wait till I would get really relaxed in bed and thinking they were gonna do something. Maybe it was something I was craving at that moment because I went through a divorce and they thought that they were gonna help me through a situation. No, it's my body. You don't touch it unless I say. I've had some bad things happen to me.
I'm sorry about that. Some of the words you choose, were any of the experiences, maybe the first one, voluntary or willing, or did you?
Well, not the first time, no, because I remember going to get off the toilet, and all I felt were 3 little taps on my clit, and I remember saying to them, "Don't do that again. You don't have that right." But they had me right there. It was like I almost had an orgasm. And
There has to be a name for that. Like, there's a plumpkin, there's other things you can do. There has to be something, it has to be called something for a ghost place because you're going to tell you on the toilet.
We will get our finest people working on that.
Alright.
I would love that.
Alright.
But,
get on that.
Other than that, there were not very many instances where I said it's okay to do that. Now I would test them on their strength and say, okay, well, my back's aching. Can you give me a massage? So I would start.
It starts from there.
Yeah, you're right. It does.
Now touch me. So he's kind of
that's
go
probably, but that is actually where it started with me. So, except for that other incident that I said. But I even till this day, you know the what is it thing off the Addams Family?
Yeah,
The little hand.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
that would so come in handy these days. Sorry, go ahead.
That's what I feel on me.
And you're sleeping or waking up, and there's just this fucking hand that's jerking you off in the morning. You guys are
Oh
morning wood.
God.
I'd be like you're here for morning wood. Yeah, a little hit hand.
That'd be great for you men,
like,
but as women.
that'd be perfect.
You're right. Maybe if they could get it done right, but I will not allow them to do that to me because not always being able to be shown who is right there at that moment because they will keep themselves hidden a lot of the times.
So you can actually see a body or a shape. Not obviously.
Yes.
You can. Okay, so it isn't like an invisible. You don't know what. Like a. Yeah, you're not blind to what's happening. You can actually see who's doing this to you.
Yeah, there have been a couple spirits. One of them I put in a brother zone, and he got upset because he's like, "Take me out of that brother zone." No.
Whoa.
Because I'm not going to give you that permission to touch me.
Wow.
And
speaking of time, touching, it's Manor time.
Hey guys, Manor time.
Sorry, I had to. Alright, continue, please.
So we're
One of them in a brother zone.
Yes, I put him in a brother zone because I always felt like we went to school together, but he used to like me when we were younger, but he had his chance back when we were younger. So we always, as we got older, I would just say, we all would say he's like a brother to us. So I think being on the other side, he really took that serious. They should because they say that we are. We're all brothers and sisters. But either way, they don't act like that. Because I have seen these things. I mean, I've been held down on my bed feeling like an orgy's going on around me.
Hold on. What? I've never heard of a ghostly cock block before. I can't imagine a ghost trying to fill up on somebody and they get the cock block as a ghost.
Yes.
You are the master or fear of the ghostly cock block.
The ghost block.
I did do that to him, and recently I took him out of that. I said, fine, go ahead. You're gonna do what you want to do anyways, But all that touching in those private areas stopped.
So wait, as soon as you gave it to him, he didn't want it. This sounds like a good idea.
It's kind of what it seems like to me. Maybe it's because I'd had enough, and I finally said, look, it's not right for you to be doing these things to me. You're making me feel something is wrong here, and you're making me feel...
Fuck your ass, make you humble.
Jesus Christ.
Like you're not who you say you are.
Sorry about that. That was the Iron Sheik coming over from the other side. Can you tell us more about this ghost orgy that you said was happening?
So I think I had just fallen asleep, and I was dreaming, and I felt like I could not, my arms were back on the bed. I felt like even if I was this way, I felt like I couldn't move. And when I'm looking around, all I see are these spirits, which look like an orgy going on around me.
Shout out, Justin Kirkman. Shout out. Go.
Wow. So men and women, literally, all around. Yeah.
Yeah, men and women both were on my bed. And it just was an uncomfortable feeling because I've never had anything like this happen to me.
Well, kind of like a real orgy. You know, you think it's gonna be a great idea, and then you're there, and you're like, maybe this was a mistake.
Right. Well, and then in that same time, I started dreaming that night, and you know when they say those are like visitation dreams, I felt like there's these two young men that were chasing me, looked dressed as fairies, and they would have me up in the air, taking me wherever, and touching me inappropriately still. And
Jesus Christ, face.
but it still it got to a point to where I had to ask to bring Paul in to do the things he did, and I thought that it had mellowed out, and it did for a bit. But that's been now over 2 years that I brought him in, or almost. No, it's been 2 years.
I'm sorry if this is an inappropriate question.
No.
I am a man, so I have to ask, was any of it fun, or was it all terrible?
There were a couple interesting moments. I wouldn't say it's fun. It's still scary because you don't know when you allow them to do something, you don't know what their intentions are and what they're gonna do.
Have you ever actually been hurt? I mean, obviously inappropriate touching is an assault.
No, I don't know.
She has a ghost like touching her butthole from the toilet. I mean, it can't be pleasant.
No, and that was traumatizing to me, but it was because it was a friend of mine's kid that had killed himself, that I was being told that it was. They kept saying it's this person, and I'm like, I can't look down there to see right now. You know what I mean? So technically, I couldn't tell you, you know, because I have seen him, and a matter of fact, I do believe he is one that's in a picture that I have, where I'm sitting at the table and he is lined up with me.
Was it gentle, or were some of them like physically rough or abusive?
No, I have never had one hurt me physically.
Well, it's kind of cool you mentioned fairies earlier. I was looking through my pictures. Let me go show you. This is my brain cam. I was in the bedroom. I saw something flickering in the woods next to me. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, but check it out. I'm like, what the fuck is this thing in the tree fucking around? What the hell is that? And it was super fast. We got a better picture of it. Check that out.
It's Slimer.
It seems like it might be it looks like an orb, like a...
Oh! Fuck.
I was waiting for it. I was very
Well, because I have a video from exactly 1 month after bringing that medium in, and it's on my Facebook page under Levi's Spiritualist Century, or Paul has it, so it's on my page too. And 1 month, exactly 1 month, bringing in this medium, I could see a white image from its waist down, and I could see all these spirits wrapping around my legs and getting in between my legs, but that one spirit I was focusing on, and it was my son, and he was just going so fast, and you can see he has balls of light in his hands, and it was him trying to get my attention, because at that point I could only see it through a camera, and then as I dug deeper into it and started taking classes, then he started showing himself more to me.
Use music. It's time for a quick break. Bring back the round table. Hang in there. Sorry to interrupt you. We'll get back into that as soon as we get back. And shall return. We'll be right back.
The best lunch comes from Uranus. Uranus, Missouri. That felt good. Tastes even better. Wow. Deep in the crack of America's heartland, the citizens of Uranus